I get inspired, and I will not stop, sleep, or do anything else until I finish that right there and then.
In order for people to get on the show, they have there's a little process. Kind of make it a pain in the ass to get on the show, honestly. But that's how we get good guests and weed out the people that really aren't going to help promote the show. But to do that, we kind of get both video questions and questions off of Instagram. So let's go through a couple of those. We've got, if you were trapped on an island, could you only listen to 4 albums, what would they be?
That's actually my uncle right there. 4 albums. Who's E-Ray? Woulda, Coulda Kid. I got his shirt on right now. That's my man. He's one of the best ones I know. And I don't even know. I would have to have a little bit of everything, like a few Disturbed albums in there. For the rock part of me, I might have to throw some like 2 Cups by Young Pappy in there. It's just too many for me to count.
We got Josh Kost, is that right?
Yeah.
This was going to be one of my questions, so we'll let him steal it. Tell us about how you got your artist name.
I was actually locked up, and I was making music before then, but I wasn't really taking it as serious. And I was sitting there like, all right, I really got to take it serious because I ain't doing shit with my life as of right now. Mm-hmm. I'm just sitting here wasting time. And I was messing around with a lot of like dope boys and stuff, and I was like, I got a coke boy grind. I don't sell coke, but I got that coke boy grind. Mm-hmm. So that's where the CBG came from. And I know a few other people in Cleveland have CBG, but that's mine. That's my own. I'm the only one of my class who has, and it's not to do with like selling drugs or nothing like that. It's like the grind and the mentality and like just the want to win. And then bands came naturally because that's my number one goal. I could really survive with just money. I don't need fans, even though I love my fans. That's all me. That's my main goal is bands. I take care of my people who took care of me. The more money you have, that's the more music I can put out. If you feel me, like the more videos I can put out, the more conversations with people like you I can have.
Right.
That's what rules my world is money.
And what made you want to spell it the way that you do?
I wanted to be different, so I was thinking of different ways to do it. And once I got out, I remembered Rushy Bxndz, who's a huge Cleveland artist, and I was like, I don't want to be copying him, but I really want to keep my name Bxndz. So I was like, all right, I'm going to spell it different than him because he's up there. So if anybody was to see the name Bxndz, they're instantly thinking Rushy. Right. So I'm like, I got to spell it different because I don't want to copy him, but I really, really need this to be my name because this literally is my life in small text.
Right.
Yeah, that's about it.
And before CBG Bxndz, you were Yayo Bobby, right?
No, that was my Facebook name.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of just like a coke boy grind.
Right.
Yeah, it was like a little joke that my friends would like call me and joke around with, but I never really used that as like a stage name.
Gotcha. As something that I always recommend marketing wise, all social media platforms, you want to get that same exact spelling across the board.
Yeah.
So that way, as a fan, if I hear a song CBG Bxndz, I'm not going to all the platforms that I like. I'm like, fuck, I can't find them.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Not a huge thing, you know. I mean, a lot of people don't, or not everybody's name is available on all the platforms. But that's especially by having that original spelling like that, and then you throw in the Z at the end and everything. You're making yourself unique, but you're also making yourself harder to find.
Yes.
So just something to keep in mind. But back into the questions. You kind of touched on this a little bit before. We had, what's that, J2 Valid asked, what are all the types of music that you like?
No, I like...
Or let's make it easier for you. Is there any music that you don't like?
Country, maybe. Like, I even like a very select few country songs, but other than that, country is not my cup of tea. I like some country artists, and there's like country rock genres that I like, but other than that, cannot get down with that.
A lot of country these days, like if you really just break down, like take away the hee-haw from it, like it's essentially they're just trying to be rappers, but they're talking about tractors instead of Chevys, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's very interesting how it's no longer like the Dolly Parton of twang, and now it's like, how can we sound cool but sound like a hillbilly?
Yeah.
Let's go with a couple more of these, and we also have some video questions that I want to get into. But we have Everyone LLC had a good question of, what are your biggest inspirations? Like what gives you that grind, that mentality to just keep pushing for more?
Remembering how hard I see my uncle work and how far he got into it, and he's still going hard with it. That, and the fact that, I mean, I was never like dirt poor. Like I always had food, water, and you feel me, like survivable conditions, but not growing up as good as most. I thrive to give everybody else below me, who, whether it be my kids, nephews, nieces, cousins, anybody like that, I thrive to make sure that it's all anything that they could ever dream of from there.
Gotcha. Let's get away from the Facebook or the Instagram questions, and let's pull up a few of these video questions that we have in here. Which one is this? So we have a coworker of yours.
Yeah.
This is from Mr. Bxndz. And what is your music making process?
So let's just do a quick skim on this. I want to go deeper into this later, but to answer his question, how does a typical song of yours come together?
I'll find a beat, whether it be from 7-Eleven, my dude in Germany who makes our beats. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him. And whether it be from him or somebody else, I'll find a beat and I get inspired, and I will not stop, sleep, or do anything else until I finish that right there. And then from then on, it's just booking, studio, video process.
Gotcha. You always go to a studio? You don't do like any home recording?
See, I have home recording equipment. I'm not the best at using it, and I refuse to put any music out there that isn't top quality in my opinion. So I set that to the side, and I go to Signal Flow Studio. Shout out to Signal Flow.
Where's that at?
It's over by Steelyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our next question from Brooke Marie.
This question is for CBG bands. Does school interfere with your music?
So does school interfere with your music?
Since COVID, not really. I mean, I'm a senior now, so I gotta like focus a lot harder to graduate, but COVID helped me out a lot with school. But before then, yeah, school was messing me up bad, because I can't book 6-hour studio sessions at 12 at night, and because I gotta go to school in the morning. I can't go here and listen to music and write this because I gotta wake up for school in the morning and then go to work. Like, school really messed me up a lot and put a slowdown on me. But now that COVID's happening and everything's online, it's so much easier for me to do those things. I can do my homework while I'm at the studio.
Right. My stepdaughter, that's how it was at the end of last year, and now this year it's awful. She has to like check in on time to get into class and like sit and watch the lectures and everything.
Yeah.
That would be so boring. Like, I loved online school in college, but like if I had to sit through high school or middle school and like watch the teacher and check in on time, like I'd be like, no way.
See, I don't. See, my school doesn't really do that. I go to Old Brook. We don't really do that. They just they're like, hey, do this, and do this, and then send it back to us. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right. Which to me, that makes more sense. I mean, that's how, like, me when I work from home or anything like that, like,
yeah.
I wake up, I know what I got to get done in a day. I don't have to do it all by 4, but if I want to take the night off or tomorrow off, I got to do more today. Like,
yeah.
That to me, that's actually training you for the real world.
Yeah.
Our next one we got from Hannah.
Just wanted to know, how does your relationship impact your music?
So that was a quiet one, but you're on the spot a little bit. How does your relationship affect your music career?
It impacted a lot. I'll say that, because I'm not out running around doing the dumb shit and partying in studios 9-10 hours a day with, you feel me, just drinking and recording all. Like, I'm at home, I'm chilling, I'm relaxed, I got things to focus on and goals. But it definitely has opened my eyes to a new I don't know what the word is. Maybe like vocabulary, maybe like new feelings or flows that I can experiment in with music, because now it doesn't all have to be about what it used to be, everything that I used to be rapping about. Now I can open up about my feelings to her and put those in songs, or when she makes me mad, put those in songs.
That's only being fair, though. I mean, it's not all happy times. You gotta make happy music, sad music, mad music.
Yeah, of course.
And the last one from the video thing that we're gonna do, what do we got here? When he first sent this to me, I saw the t-shirt and I was hungry for wings for like 3 days, by the way.
Bxndz, what inspired you to do music, or when did you want to start doing music?
So we kind of touched on this a little bit before, but go ahead and just recap it for him. What inspires you, and when did you start making music?
Like I said, not growing up in the most perfect of conditions, that inspires me to go hard for what I do, and it just so happens that music is what I'm good at. And I started making music probably when I was like 5, and then I recorded my uncle recorded me on his studio equipment when I was like probably like 8. I recorded my first song. It was horrible, but I probably still have it somewhere in my files. But yeah, man, I've been making music for so long, but I just started taking it serious when I was like 15.
Gotcha. You talk about it like you're an old man.